Now, if you're like me, you like to break things. So, if you're not like me, good for you. If you are, then you end up like this. And today I'm going to show you how to fix this or replace your throttle tube. I don't have a replacement today. I will be getting one soon, but I'm just going to break down how to open this up, how to get everything off, and keep everything organized. So, what you're going to need is a ratchet of choice, an 8mm socket, doesn't matter what kind, just make sure it's a 5-point. 5 points are better in my opinion, less stripping. What you're going to do is just very nicely break these bolts. Then what I like to do, just to save time, because I'm lazy, that's okay, put it on an impact, make sure you're in reverse, get it on there, bring it out, put it in your mouth for safekeeping. Don't choke on it, please. Once you get them both out, just set them somewhere where you're not going to forget them. So here's what I'll do. Bingo. Once you have this open, grab it at the bottom, open it up. This one's going to have some tendency. Well, probably start off by moving this rubber boot off. Probably save you some time. This one's going to be taut. Just keep pulling on it. You're not going to break anything. There's strong steel cables. This is your roller. You want to keep that. Pop your cable off. It's just a simple little mechanism back here. Slides in, slides out. No biggie. Twist it the other direction. Pull this steel cable out. And there you go. And before putting you can tell these ones run on your bars themselves. Before putting another one like this on, I would recommend putting graphite on your handlebar for less friction. Or if you have a bearing throttle, that doesn't really matter. Just make sure you clean this up. As you can tell, it gets dirty pretty quick. So, there's that. That's how to take it off. Now to put a new one on, I'm going to put this one back on because, like I said, I don't have mine. Just remember this piece here is always on the right side, along with this piece here. So, what you're going to do is you're going to pull your throttle tube in. Can't get it mixed up, really. Tip it up like this, and on the closest side, you're going to put that one on and just kind of let it hang for now. You're going to bring this side over, twist it, make sure your steel throttle stays in on the other one, twist it back to normal. That one should slide right onto the rail of this one. You don't have to worry about rail or putting your cable on a rail or anything, it already is. And once that's done, hold this side tight, and then you're going to take this steel cable here. You're going to try and rail it onto here. Don't be afraid to tug on it, you're not going to break nothing. Give it a good old tug. Make sure all the way back in here you can fully rail it on, like that. Then it should pop on like that. Then take your bolts, which mine are here. Grab them real quick. I'd screw them in a couple times with your fingers just so you don't thread yourself a new hole and strip the throttle hole. I would recommend putting your boot up here because sometimes it just doesn't like to close when you have everything tightened down, because sometimes your front brake can get caught on it. Push it till your throttle tube ends. Pull that tight. Grab your impact or ratchet, whatever works. Make sure it's nice and taut. I'd recommend doing top first just so this crease up here closes. I wouldn't hit it too much with an impact if you're using it because this is aluminum. Or no, this might be steel. I wouldn't anyways. I wouldn't want to thread yourself a new hole. Couple hits with it should be good. And that's pretty much it. And as you can tell, like I said, this isn't a new one, so it still sticks. You don't want that because then you have like cruise control. And when you're on a track, you don't want cruise control at all. And if you guys hear this, I don't know if you guys heard that crackling, but if you hear crackling, that's bad news. And that's just a quick rundown on how to replace your throttle tube for a CRF250R. Pretty easy, pretty quick, can be done by anyone. You don't have to have a mechanic background or anything. Pretty easily done. As you can tell, everything on this bike is pretty screwed up. Also, if I lean it to this side, beat on it some, that's dust. You don't want that, especially if you're going to put branch breakers on. Yeah, you don't want that. Put in the comments down below what else I should do a tutorial on for bikes, little four-wheelers, kind of big four-wheelers, and big four-wheelers. That's a 500, that's a 300, and that's a itty-bitty. And that's a CRF250R. Like I said, put in the comments down below what you think I should do tutorials on and what to fix. Like, I'm going to be doing this soon because, as you can tell, you don't want your plastics to look like that. I might get a new rear fender here. I can do a tutorial on that. It's quite straightforward. It's just that, and then pull it back and it pops right off. I already did my clutches. I could have showed you guys how to do that. Just guess I didn't think about it in time. If I ever need to redo my clutches, I'll let you know. It's actually quite simple. I believe I still have the clutches over here. Yeah. This is your clutch. These are your steels and these are your fibers. As you can tell here, there's almost like brake pad looking things on these fibers. That's your clutch itself. When they're running low like that, that means you need to replace it. Usually you can tell your clutch is running pretty low. If you put your bike in gear or quad or whatever you're riding and it tries to jump forward and moves on its own, that usually means your clutch is going. These are your springs. Pretty straightforward too. Replacing your clutch is pretty easy. I did in like 30 minutes. If I ever need to redo it again, I'll film it and show you guys how to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment down below what you think I should do a tutorial on next. Thank you. Have a nice day.